the thing is, the story never mentions the other people. They just appear. It talks about Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, and then mysteriously we talk about people in this land of Nod, but it never tells you. It means there were other people on the planet that predate Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
So Adam cannot be said to be the first male, and Eve cannot be said to be the first female. Now, what Dr. York explained is that name Nod comes from Nud, because it was a being by the name of Enki, whose other name is Nudimud, or Ea. He is one of the Anunnaki, and it was he who set up that city named it after himself, the city of Nod. And in that city, it was a host of different beings that were there, some agreeable and some disagreeable. As Pandavabi Noon explained, it was like today's Las Vegas, a city of fun and frivolity set up under Enki or Nudimud. And the garden was an experiment. And so in this experiment, they wanted to try to breed a certain type of human being and have only an agreeable trait. But that experiment failed because one of the inputs to the experiment, Abel, was killed, and so it ruined the experiment. It was a group of Anunnaki. It wasn't just one person. I have to go back. All right. So when the Anunnaki came here from their home world, they came down from Nibiru and they were in search of gold. They needed gold to take back to their planet to repair its ozone layer. And we wanted to make a type of being that could do the labor because they didn't want to do the labor. And then Zecharia Sitchin also has several books out on the Anunnaki and what they were doing. Zecharia Sitchin is also transition. But there's several different authors that talk about what the Anunnaki came here for was to mine gold. And the Anunnaki found the work very laborious and they didn't want to do it. And so the idea was, let's make a type of being that can take orders and do the work so that we don't have to do it. And so in the quest for that, they set up this enclosed garden, which was a laboratory, to try to make this being and test this being to see if these type of people could follow directions and could do manual labor so that the Anunnaki didn't have to do it.
What's the significance of the pyramid?
The pyramid in Giza is there to balance the earth. There was a cataclysmic accident that tilted the earth off of its 90-degree axis to a 23.5-degree axis, and it had an extra wobble. So if the earth wasn't stabilized, it would go into the sun, and because of its pull on the succeeding planet, it would pull it into a sun, and so all the planets would be pulled into the sun. So the Great Pyramid of Giza is where it is because it stabilizes the wobble of the earth. Earth is not a perfect sphere. It's more like an oval egg, and at the waist of the earth, it bulges out, it fluctuates depending on the pull of the sun and its rotation, so it wobbles. They have found that the Pyramid of Giza, if you were to take all the land mass of planet Earth and lay it out like a flat pancake, the Pyramid of Giza is in its exact center, which tells modern day scientists that the people back who built the pyramid had to have some knowledge of not only geometry but advanced mathematics and architecture to be able to put the pyramid in the exact center of the landmass of the earth that stabilizes the wobble of the earth. That was one of the reasons for the pyramid. There's other reasons in dealing with ascension to other worlds. It was also used as a portal or a gateway.